look at the most underrated solo player vehicle in the game, in my opinion. If you're a public lobby player where getting griefed by bored players is a high probability, then this may not be your car of choice, as it's been called a glass cannon. But it's a new day in GTA Online, and private lobbies exist now where you can run your businesses and missions in peace, and you can not only enjoy the vehicles you buy, but you can also use them as go-tos for certain missions. Here is my go-to vehicle for one of my favorite money grinds, the Dr. Dre VIP contract. For the solo playing, money grinding, private lobbyer out there, I give you the Weaponized Tampa. For many years, extremely useful vehicles have gone unnoticed because of the way we've had to play GTA Online in the past. Defensively. If a vehicle doesn't have anti-missile lock, impenetrable armor, or can fly, it's been considered trash or useless. But if you don't do public lobbies like me, and no, I am not ashamed to say it, maybe it's time to revisit some of the other vehicles in the game that may be useful to you. For me, lately, it's been the Weaponized Tampa. This car is my go-to for the Dr. Dre contract missions. You can easily call in the Weaponized Tampa as a personal vehicle during some of the contract's toughest missions, including the ones that have waves of NPCs. Now, I know some of you are saying, Sista, that's what the Vigilante is for. Well, the Vigilante does have some of the best missiles in the game, but it would be difficult to use them, for instance, in the Vagos mission, as you cannot destroy the lowrider or you will fail and destroy the data. When using the Tampa during the Vagos mission, I'm able to make quick work of all the enemies while relaxing within the safety of the car, of course, and not leave a single scratch on the lowrider. So, why use the Tampa instead? This. The Weaponized Tampa is the only vehicle in the game with a remote-controlled turret, meaning a driver-controlled 360-degree turret. Now that's besides your nightclub delivery van, which has terrible armor outside of nightclub missions, or the Kanjali, which has a cannon, but it is extremely slow. Not only does the Tampa have a driver-controlled turret, it's a dual 50 caliber driver-controlled turret. If that isn't enough to get you excited about this car, it also has a missile launcher. Although it doesn't lock on, it is quite useful, and it launches mortars from the back of the car. If you're getting chased by the police or NPCs, this is your vehicle, and that's still not all. It can also drop proximity mines. Basically, the Tampa is a solo player's Swiss knife of a car-ish, knife-ish. You know what I mean. The Deluxo is also a great contender for being useful. I personally love the Deluxo, and I'm not really a oppressor type of gal. Just never really liked it. I bought it, sold it, bought it, sold it, couldn't get into it. So the Deluxo has been my go-to vehicle in the past. Of course, because it can fly and it has missiles. However, it wasn't until I had a mission where I had to shoot a driver and not damage a vehicle that I realized only its missiles and machine guns were available, and I couldn't use a personal weapon or throwable. And as you know, machine guns on cars in GTA are not very good. Basically, the Deluxo flies and shoots missiles, but doesn't really give you any utility beyond that. With the Weaponized Tampa, you can fine-tune your approach to any mission or be ready for any objective a mission may challenge you with. I hear you out there, next-gen console players, but Sista, I have the Weaponized Ignis, so why is this better? The Weaponized Ignis is no doubt much faster than the Tampa, and it too has a remote control turret. However, the weaponized Tampa's 50 caliber turret is much stronger than the weaponized Ignis's MG. And the turret on the Tampa can rotate 360 degrees as opposed to the 30 degrees of the weaponized Ignis. Plus, of course, the aforementioned list of all the other weapons at your disposal the Ignis does not have. The weaponized Tampa will seat 2 players and it's all-wheel drive. It has a top speed of 112 miles per hour and has a lap time of 1 minute and 10 seconds, although you can't use the Tampa in races. You can buy the weaponized Tampa through Warstock for just over $2 million and get a trade price of just over $1.5 million if you complete the mission Mole Hunt as the leader from your mobile operations center. Whether you're being chased, the chaser, or you use it for a specific grind like me, if positioned correctly, you can sip on your coffee and reply to your text messages as you destroy enemies and vehicles of all types from the comfort of inside this jack of all trades of a car. Here's where the too good to be true part comes in. In order to unlock the 50 cal player controlled turrets, the mortar, the missiles, the proximity mines, the reinforced cage, you will have to have done or need to do the research in your bunker. If you've already unlocked everything, then you are good to go. I personally had everything unlocked except the turret and a handful of useless liveries when I started looking for a car that had a player-controlled turret. I hadn't really paid attention to any of the unlocks because nobody ever really talks about them or uses the cars that these mods unlock for regularly. So I was lucky as I almost had everything pretty much unlocked and only had, like I said, a few liveries left before I could unlock the turrets. It was like the third to the last thing that I could unlock. I would definitely say if you were like me and hadn't really paid attention to your unlocks, take a look and see if you've unlocked these items in your research and test out the Tampa and see if you like it. When you're ready to modify your Tampa, bring it to your mobile operations center, your Avenger, or where I like to modify all of my weaponized vehicles, the Arena Workshop. I think it has the best lighting, giving you the best views of your car as you modify it, and it really brings out Z-Man's eyes and glistening chapstick. Looking good, Z-Man. Looking good. Now let's take a quick look at the customization options. The modifications are pretty good, mostly gear, giving it that Mad Max apocalyptic look. The only thing I would say is the reinforced cage is only cosmetic. It looks cool, but it doesn't provide any extra protection. But as I've mentioned before, you're able to power through waves of NPCs and helicopters and the larger SWAT vehicles, any vehicle really, as long as they are not shooting a missile at you, which normally NPCs don't do. The weaponized Tampa will provide you enough protection to get through any of your missions challenges and or any wave of NPC hostility. Honestly, I can't say enough about this car. The more I use it, the more ways I find new ways to use it. Again, not the fastest, not the prettiest, and not the best for public lobbies. But if you're a solo player or money grinder like me, pick this up and or research it ASAP. I'm looking forward to going back and redoing some tough missions with this car just to see what it can do. In fact, the weaponized Tampa is my new car boo. Buy this car now. Go for the trade price or don't. I didn't, and it was worth every penny. Let me know in the comments section, will you be picking up the Weaponized Tampa? And if you own one, what other missions have you found it to be useful for? Put it down below. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button. And if you'd like to join our small but mighty community, make sure to subscribe. I stream GTA Online every weekend and would love to see you there. Peace.